The story begins in complete darkness. A man suddenly wakes up, confused and disoriented. He wonders if he fell asleep and tries to figure out where he is, but it's far too dark. As he panics, a faint line of light slowly appears in front of him. The light grows wider, and through it, he realizes he's looking out at a forest. That's when things get even stranger. He can't move his body at all. Before he can process what's happening, a strange status screen appears. When he reads it, he freezes in shock. His species is listed as dragon egg. Moments later, a calm divine voice explains that the screen shows all his abilities in numerical form. Completely confused, he tries to question the voice, asking who it is and where he is. However, the divine voice keeps repeating that it cannot explain anything at level 1, which only frustrates him more. In his agitation, he moves slightly and suddenly falls from a tree. He hits the ground, starts rolling downhill, and nearly falls into a river. When he finally stops, he looks into the water and sees his reflection. To his horror, it really is an egg. Now there's no denying it. He has somehow become a dragon egg. The divine voice finally gives him more details. Dragon eggs are classified as F-rank monsters. If their shell breaks completely, they die instantly. They're weak, unable to move properly, and can only roll around. Worse, dragon eggs are considered a gourmet delicacy by monsters and are often destroyed by adventurers. The only reason they're sometimes left alone is if a parent dragon is nearby. As if things weren't bad enough, the system explains that rolling is his only way of movement. While experimenting, his rolling skill levels up, allowing him to control his direction. He rolls forward at full speed, only to fall off another ledge. This increases his fall resistance, but his HP drops dangerously low. Realizing he's badly hurt, he decides to rest. When he wakes up, his HP is fully restored, teaching him that sleeping recovers health. Once he feels better, he starts rolling again while thinking about his future. He wonders if he'll eventually hatch into a dragon and whether this world works like a game where he has to gain experience and evolve. While lost in thought, he notices a giant insect nearby. Using his appraisal skill, he learns it's a dark worm, also known as an egg eater. The worm immediately attacks him. He rolls away as fast as he can, but it's clear he won't escape forever. Thinking quickly, he lures the worm toward a cliff. At the last moment, he dodges and crashes into it, knocking the creature off the edge. The worm dies instantly, marking his very first victory. The system announces that he gained experience and reached level 5, which is the maximum level for a dragon egg. With all evolution requirements met, he's given a choice: evolve into a little dragon or a baby dragon. The system explains that the little dragon is a sturdy, battle-ready dwarf dragon known for its fire breath. The baby dragon, on the other hand, is weak and often hunted, but it has immense potential and can evolve into many different dragon species. At first, he chooses the little dragon because it's the safer option. However, the divine voice suddenly changes tone and urges him to aim for the very top and not limit himself. This makes him rethink his decision. Realizing that the baby dragon has far greater long-term potential, he decides to take the risk and chooses baby dragon, refusing to live with regrets. His body transforms and he evolves into a small yellow baby dragon. He gains new skills, his stats increase dramatically, but his HP and MP don't fully recover. Exhausted, he looks at the dead worm and realizes it suddenly looks edible. Driven by instinct, he eats it, recovers his strength, and falls asleep. When he wakes, he accepts that he's been reincarnated into another world, though he has no memory of his past life, not even his gender. Soon after, he encounters more dark worms. This time, he defeats them easily, leveling up rapidly and unlocking new skills like Dragon Punch. However, eating worms tastes awful, so he tries mushrooms instead, only to nearly poison himself. From that moment on, he swears off random mushrooms. Determined to find better food, he hunts a gray wolf. Using his skills, he defeats it and discovers that roasted wolf meat tastes incredible. After defeating another wolf, he reaches level 20 and realizes he needs just 5 more levels to evolve again. As he hunts and eats, he slowly gets used to living like a dragon. Despite growing stronger, loneliness starts to set in. Then he hears voices in the distance, human voices. Feeling hopeful, he hides and observes a group of adventurers. Thinking he looks small and harmless, he steps out and tries to act cute, hoping to befriend them. Instead, the adventurers immediately attack. One of them slashes him, while another uses magic that paralyzes his body. Unable to move, he realizes how foolish he was to believe humans would accept a dragon. As the leader prepares to kill him, a female adventurer steps in and stops them. She heals him with magic, saving his life. Using appraisal, he learns her name is Myria. Even though she's low on MP, she chooses to heal him anyway. During this moment, he gains the Greek language skill, allowing him to start understanding human speech. Just as things calm down, screams echo in the distance. Myria recognizes them as her comrades and rushes off to help, despite his desperate warnings. Still partially paralyzed, he forces himself to move and chases after her. When he arrives, he sees the terrifying enemy they're facing, a C-ranked rock dragon with overwhelming power. As the monster turns its attention towards him, fear takes hold, and he wonders if this is truly where everything ends. The baby dragon hides in the bushes, staring at the massive rock dragon in front of him. In that moment, he realizes how foolish he was to believe he could win by working together with humans. Looking at the enemy's size, he even questions how something this huge can be called little. As he watches carefully, he notices Myria lying on the ground. She is still alive, but the rock dragon has already spotted her and is moving straight toward her. Fear floods his mind, and a voice inside keeps telling him to run away or he will die. The divine voice confirms the harsh truth. He has no skills or stats capable of defeating such a monster. Even so, the baby dragon refuses to abandon the person who saved him earlier. He gathers his courage and rushes forward. When the rock dragon attacks, he narrowly escapes by rolling away, earning the title King of Evasion in the process. During the chaos, he sees that one man has already died, while another is still alive but bleeding heavily. Knowing he cannot win, the baby dragon changes his goal and focuses on saving whoever he can. He uses his rolling technique again and again, not to defeat the enemy, but to lure it away from the injured humans. The rock dragon suddenly stomps the ground and unleashes a tremor, striking the baby directly. Realizing evasion alone is no longer enough, he jumps forward and lands a fire-powered punch. The attack works, but the monster quickly regenerates, proving once again that it cannot be defeated. Taking advantage of the moment, the baby dragon grabs Myria and decides to escape. He knows he cannot save everyone, but he can at least save her. While carrying her, he notices her HP steadily dropping because of blood loss. He considers using healing magic, but quickly understands he does not have that power yet. Instead, he relies on a sharp sense of smell to find the direction humans came from earlier. Following the human scent, he runs with everything he has. Soon, a pack of gray wolves surround him. With no way out, the baby dragon fights back fiercely while still protecting Myria. She briefly wakes up and sees the small dragon standing alone against multiple wolves, fighting desperately to protect her, before losing consciousness again. After defeating the wolves with great effort, the baby dragon continues forward, already reaching his physical limit. Just as he was about to collapse, he finally reaches a human village. He cries out for help, but the villagers only hear the terrifying roar of a monster. Panicked, they rush outside with weapons, and one man stabs the baby dragon in the leg with a spear. Despite the pain, the baby dragon refuses to drop Myria and desperately tries to make them understand he is helping her. Fortunately, one of the villagers recognizes Myria, calming the situation. Realizing words will not work, the baby dragon gently places her on the ground and runs back into the forest. The villagers immediately tend to Myria and call for Myria. Alone again, the baby dragon feels relieved knowing she is safe, even though his own wound is severe. At that moment, he learns a painful truth. No matter what he does, a dragon will always be feared as a dragon. As a small reward for his actions, the divine voice grants him the title, Itty Bitty Hero. 2 days later, Myria wakes up in the village under Marielle's care. The elf explains that her injuries were severe and required powerful white magic to heal. Myria learns that Grants is dead and that Dawes is missing, likely killed by the rock dragon. Overcome with guilt, she blames herself, but Marielle says Dawes's pride led to his own death. As Myria wonders how she made it back to the village, Marielle insists she was found unconscious near the village and attacked by a monster that was later driven away. Since no one entered the forest that night, Marielle believes Myria lost her memory due to trauma. A faint image of a baby dragon fighting wolves flashes through Myria's mind, but she cannot fully remember. Meanwhile, the baby dragon wakes up completely healed, surprised by his rapid recovery. Thinking about Myria and his own weakness against the rock dragon, he becomes determined to grow stronger. Using a clever trap, he lures multiple shadow worms into one place and defeats them all, even earning the title Wrongdoer, which he clearly dislikes. After reaching level 25, the baby dragon unlocks his next evolution. He is presented with several choices, each with different strengths and futures. When he hears that one path allows him to transform into a human, his hesitation turns into deep conflict. Choosing power, safety, or morality will shape the rest of his life. And that's how episode 2 comes to an end. Subscribe to Recap Sama for more anime recaps like this one.